welcome back or welcome to my channel. If it is your first time here, I'm Vcoles and this is my space. Today we're going to go ahead and talk about the new Nars Soft Matte Liquid Foundation. So if you want to hear my thoughts on it or just see how it applied, please continue watching.
Pictures on the wall remind me of all the ocean.
So today we're going to be talking about the new Nars Soft Matte Foundation that was recently released. Before we jump into that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my brows off camera, and I'm also going to go ahead and do my eyes off camera. I'm going to be using this Violet Ross Coral Crush eyeshadow palette. These are what some of the shades look like. I'm just going to pick a couple of shades and just pop them onto my lid. I'm also going to test out this Laura Mercier setting powder in the shade Honey, and we're also going to test out the new Milk Hydro Grip setting spray. I just kind of want to see what it's like, if it's worth purchasing. So we have a good little video today. Let me just go ahead and make, it do what it do, and then we'll come right back. We're gonna go ahead and jump into the Nars Soft Matte Foundation that they just released. Originally, the shade I really wanted to get was Marquises, but it was sold out, and that shade is a medium dark to dark skin with golden undertones. So I kind of feel like whenever I buy foundation, I always try to go for like a golden undertone, but it was completely sold out at the time that I ordered my foundations. So I ended up going with Manna Oos, which is D1, and it's for dark skin with red undertones. And then I also got New Caledonia, which is dark skin with yellow undertones. I feel like the shade New Caledonia should work for me because it is a yellow undertone, and I kind of go for like golden undertones, and yellow and golden is not that far apart to me. But I ordered the both of them, so we'll swatch them on my face and see which shade is the best shade for me. Now, this is what packaging looks like. It's super cute. It's a matte, it's a plastic bottle, but it's really cute the way like they frosted it. Ooh. So you unscrew it, and then the first shade we're gonna go in with is New Caledonia. Please be the right shade, please. I actually have some place to go today, so we're just gonna have to see. Put some on my foundation brush, and yeah, okay. This is New Caledonia on me right now. I'm mad at it. And then Manna Oos. I feel like that's the right way to pronounce it. If I'm butchering the name, guys, I'm sorry. I'll put Manna Oos right next to it, right here. Yeah, this is Manna Oos. That's a little too light. Yeah. I feel like the right shade for me is going to be the New Caledonia. This is definitely too light. Manna Oos is definitely too light. Okay, so now that I know what shade I'm gonna be, let's talk about the foundation. So this is supposed to be a 16-hour oxidation resistant foundation that balances oil while maintaining a hydrated skin-like finish. It protects from pollution and blue light. It's a full coverage. The finish is going to be matte, and it's for normal, dry, combination, and oily skin type. So I decided to go with my Fenty primer that is for all skin types. I feel like the fact that this foundation can work for any skin type, I like to pair it with primers that are also for any skin type. If you're new to my channel, my skin type is combination. I live in New York, so when the weather gets cold, I tend to really embody combination where my T-zone will be oily, but my cheeks will be very dry. So I love primers that say they work for all skin type because I find like they balance me out a little bit. And normally that's kind of what I'm looking for, a balance in my primers, foundations, just all of that good stuff. So I definitely recommend if you're someone with combination skin, don't like, especially during the cooler months, don't be so quick to use a primer that's mattifying and then a foundation that's mattifying and then you're setting your face. You are really going to be putting your skin through a lot, and it's very drying also. All right, so I'm gonna go over my primer with the Laneige makeup serum. I love this serum. It makes you have a glow. Anytime I use a, mattifying foundation, I love to use this product because I really think it does a good job of just helping me maintain a balance. So I'm not going to use a lot of it because I didn't use a mattifying primer, but I am just gonna go over this on top of my primer. I was actually supposed to put this under my primer, but hey, I'm getting it on the skin regardless. Anyone that uses this, please put it underneath the primer. Don't put it over like I'm doing right now. And then the last product I'm gonna go in with is my Benefits Pore Professional. I have pretty large pores. Again, I am combination, so my pores do get pretty big in certain areas. So this just helps with the whole pore situation. The next thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is use a brush to apply the foundation. I'm excited about this foundation. I'm really excited about it. Ooh. It's a formula that's not gonna oxidize, so basically what you see here is how it's gonna dry down. That's what that basically means for anyone that did not understand it. Sometimes you'll buy a foundation and it'll go on your skin a little like light, and then it dries down to your complexion. But this is basically saying the color that you see here is the color that it's gonna dry down to. So we'll see. I'm gonna be using my e.l.f. Brush to blend out my foundation. This is absolutely my favorite brush to use when it comes to blending out foundation. This is their blending blush, and I'm obsessed with this brush, guys. I know it seems weird. It's like, how do you get a good blend? I don't even know how to describe what it does, but I love the way it makes my foundation look. So what I will say is I'm definitely going to try the shade Marquise. I'm going to wait a little bit because I did get a bit of a summer tan. Like if I showed you guys my chest right now, guys, you guys would be like, whoa. So I feel like this shade is a great shade for me right now, but I feel like as the winter rolls in and like the tan that I do have fades, I'm going to buy the other shade just to see what that shade looks like on, because it's the undertone that I typically go for. What I will say is, you know how sometimes you apply your foundation and you can kind of just let it sit a little bit? I don't think this is like one of those foundations you want to do that with. I wouldn't let it sit on my face for an extended amount of time. And it looks good. Wow, it feels really good on the skin. Wow. Ooh. All right. And just to be sure everything is properly blended, I'm going to go over it again with my beauty blender. This is just an extra step that I like to do. You don't have to do it if you choose not to. I'm going to be using my Sonia Kashi beauty blender, and I'm just going to go over my face. I don't know. I like doing this step personally. I kind of feel like it's a great way to just ensure that everything is blended out properly. Whoa, this is nice, guys. Like, guys, this is nice. Wow. Nars! Guys, wow. Wow. And it feels really good on the skin, guys. And it's mattifying, but I don't feel like I look just dry. You ever use a mattifying foundation and you just look like you can't move your face? Like, wow. Wow. So foundation is on. It looks good. Wow. Like I'm pleased. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Too Faced Multi Sculpting Concealer. We're gonna actually speed through that, and then I'll come back and we'll use the Laura Mercier setting powder together in the shade Honey. Laura Mercier recently released a new translucent setting powder called Honey. Before that, they had the shade Translucent, and then they also had the shade Medium. So in between that, now you have Honey. I know for me, Medium I would use it to set my entire face, and then I would use a Translucent just to set my highlighted areas. But now that they have the shade Medium, if you're someone that is within my shade range, you would use that now to kind of set your highlighted areas, which is pretty exciting if you think about it. So I'm going to go ahead and just put some onto my beauty blender, and we're going to just go in and apply it. It's like a little darker than the translucent. The translucent powders, I kind of feel like a little bit more white, where this honey does have a bit of a tint to it, which I don't mind. Do I wish it was a little warmer? Yeah. It's not a bad shade, don't get me wrong, but I do wish it was like honey, like just a tad bit warmer. It just goes on a little lighter than what the packaging looks like. Like, I don't know, it looks a little warmer. I feel like in packaging and on the face, I kind of feel like it looks a little white. I don't know. I feel like there's so many reviews about this. I might be the only one saying this, but that's kind of just how I feel. Like, to me, honey just has like this yellowish tone to it, like a goldenish type of tone, and I don't feel like this powder looks a little goldenish. You know what I'm trying to say? I just feel like it looks, to me, it reminds me of the translucent, but they just added a hint of yellow to it. I just wish they would have added a little bit more. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to use my little fluff brush by Morphe. It's the M530 brush, and we're just going to just gently go over this, just wiping off any excess. And the reason I'm like gently pushing away any excess is because I did use the sponge to push it into my skin. So I'm not moving any product by doing this step, okay? So I'm gonna go in and do a contour. I'm gonna go into my Black Radiance contour palette in the shade medium to dark. We're gonna go now and just add some dimension. Anyone noticing that I did not do a cream contour, you don't necessarily always have to do a cream contour. It's optional. Sometimes I do a cream contour, sometimes I don't. I feel like you do a cream contour when you really want that strong definition. When it comes to makeup, I personally don't always want a strong definition. So that is why sometimes I don't always do a cream contour. Just in case anyone is wondering, especially if you're new to makeup, kind of feel like when you watch videos, people give you all of these steps, but they also forget to tell you, hey, it's open to interpretation. You are allowed to go about it and do it the way you think is best, or the way that best represents you, like your makeup language. So I just want to throw that out there just in case anyone was wondering. I'm going to go ahead and use my Morphe bronzer in the shade Leader, and we're going to warm up this face. For any of you guys that don't understand the use of bronzer, what bronzer does is it adds a warm look to your skin. The contouring powder, although the Black Radiance one is not as ashy, contouring powders are kind of more of like an ashy brown, and they're used to create dimension. So when you go in with a bronzing powder, what that does is it warms up your skin. It just makes you look more alive to me. Like sometimes I won't even contour, I'll just straight up bronze, because I just feel like bronzer is just life. Personally like to get makeup into my hairline. I just like to put bronzer into my hairline, because I feel like it makes everything come together nicely. Setting powder under my eyes, guys, I'm not mad at it. It looks really good. Wow. Maybe when you first apply it, it looks like that, but then once it warms up to your skin, wow. I got the travel size. I just might end up buying the full size, because I actually really like the way it looks on right now. Like, let me back up a little bit. Wow. Wow, this looks really good. Wow. I'm gonna go and just add some color under my eyes, pop on a lip color, and then we'll go in with the Milk setting spray. Wow, like I really love this right now. The Milk Hydro Grip Primer is for people with normal to dry skin, so I'm combination, and it's basically supposed to give you hydration. Now, like I told you guys, it's actually really cold right now in New York. This is the last week of summer, but right now it feels like fall, like the middle of fall. It's so cold. So I'm still gonna go ahead and test this out just in case anyone with combination skin wanted to try it out. It doesn't hurt to have hydrating primers. I personally feel like if you're not 100% oily, sorry about that. I personally feel like if you're not 100% oily, then it's okay to have different ranges when it comes to your setting sprays, especially during the winter time. Like when the temperature starts to drop, mattifying setting sprays can be a little harsh. At least I know for my skin type. So I love to keep hydrating setting sprays on deck also. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and mist my face with this. And we'll just see how it wears throughout the day. Like, I'm a little nervous because my glam looks good. This is a nice face. Like, I'm really feeling it. Okay, so packaging is very similar to the primer. Cute, cute, cute. I'm going to go ahead and just mist them out. And then I'm going to go ahead and spray it all on my face. Wow. That setting powder by Nars, guys, I love that setting powder. Wow. Why did I get the full size? I really love that setting powder. Oh my God, I wish I would have gotten the full size right now. Oh, why didn't I get the full size? For blush, I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. blush powder. It's a really cute palette. I'm gonna see how this color looks on my skin. I've never used it before, but I feel like it'll look nice with the eyes. So let's see. Okay, yeah. Put a little bit on my nose. So cute. So let's talk about the products. I absolutely love this foundation. Love it. It's worth it to me. So if you have not purchased this foundation and you're thinking about purchasing it, definitely get it. Aside from just loving the product itself, I love the packaging. I love that it's a plastic bottle. Like, you can literally drop this and you don't worry about breaking it. You can throw it in your bag and you don't have to worry about it spilling or anything like that. It's a twist off top. It's not like a top that you pop off. In this packaging, you get 1.5 fluid ounces. In the Nars All Day Luminous Lightweight Foundation, you get 1 fluid ounce. So they're giving you a little bit more product also, which, hey, why not? You guys, this is a banger. Like, I'm so mad that it's a matte formula, because going into the cooler months, I'm probably not going to use this as much as I would want to. But you know what? I'm going to start buying some hydrating primers. Like, I'm going to use this. If you are combination skin and you're nervous because you're like, damn, like, it's about to get cold, especially if you live like me on the East Coast where the temperature is going to drop, you're stressed, because I'm stressed. But if you're combination skin type, you already know. Or if you have like dry skin, you already know, like, damn, God, I don't like using mattifying foundations once the temperature starts to drop. But I'm going to be using a hydrating primer because I want to use this. Like, I want to use this. This is freaking adorbs. The next product that I also got and that I used today for the first time was the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I used the shade Honey. When I first applied it, I had nothing but negative things to say because I said I did not like the shade. I felt like I wanted it to be a little bit more warmer, a little bit more golden, a little bit more honey. But as I did my makeup and the powder warmed up to my skin, I was like, oh my God, I absolutely love this powder. I actually purchased a travel size because, again, I own the Laura Mercier translucent powders, but I don't necessarily use them as much as I used to, so I didn't really care to buy the full size. But after this video, guys, I'm going to go ahead and order the full size because I love the way this powder looks under my eye. Like, God damn it. It just looks so good. It looks so good. I wish you guys could see me in person. It looks so freaking good. So if you were debating as to whether or not you should get the honey shade, please get it. You're going to see what I mean. Once you apply it, it looks so bomb. Like, I don't know if they changed the formula. It didn't say that they changed the formula of this powder, but this powder looks really good on. Maybe it's because I haven't used my Laura Mercier powders in a while. I forget how nice they make your under eye look, but God damn it, I love this powder. The last thing I used was the Milk Hydro Grip setting spray. Now, again, I'm combination. I feel like it looks good on. What I will say is my face did start to tighten up a little bit because, again, this is a mattifying formula. So I'm hoping this is going to help out with my skin feeling a little tight. But I'm hoping this will just prevent my skin from feeling dry or tight at all. So I'm not for this and I'm not against it. The two products I would definitely recommend having in your makeup arsenal would be this foundation. If you can make it work for your skin type, please buy it. It's definitely worth it. And then it's gonna, of course, be the Laura Mercier setting powder. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Definitely comment down below what shade in the foundation you're gonna buy. If you're debating if you want to buy it, if you have purchased it, give me some feedback and let me know what you think. And again, if you tried any of the new products that I mentioned today, the Laura Mercier setting powder, the Milk Hydro Grip setting spray, let me know your feedback on it. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you have not hit that thumbs up button, that like button, what are you waiting for? And of course, I will see you guys in my next upload. As always, love first. Bye, my babies. She cute.